What's going on, Jerome's? Happy Saturday. Your Minnesota Vikings are heading to their ninth practice, of training camp on Saturday. And here's what went down. Number one, Andre Carter II is off the physically unable to perform list. So he passes physical, and Carter, who got dinged up during some offseason work, the Pride of Army, UDFA. I think that he'll add a little bit of something to the stew because, baby, they got a stew going on defense. And I do think that Carter will be able to get a little bit of run. Chokes me up. We'll get a little bit of run rotating in with Danielle and Davenport and Wanham and Jones second. I think that he'll be all up in there. Number two and three. Hawkinson didn't practice and he was limited. He did individual drills but not team practice on Thursday night. So that does raise an eyebrow. Plus, Judd reported that Hawkinson walked off the field with a trainer. So, again, it's more Kevin O'Connell and company takes things, they're very cautious about injuries and I guess don't make a minor injury into a major one. But a little bit of eyebrow raising. Same thing with Bradbury not practicing. Austin Schlutman was in their first team center. And, Bradbury, the Vikings offensive line was solid at times last year, and Bradbury's injury really torpedoed him. And he just wasn't the same getting back for the wild card game. Dexter Lawrence sort of ate his lunch, but sort of is what it is. Then number four, Danielle is back, baby. So Kevin O'Connell had been progressing Danielle Hunter very slowly, coming back off of his hold in. So he was doing individual work, but now he got into some of the pass rush drills and had some great reps against Oli Udoh. They went back and forth. Plus, I love the competition element. So Danielle, reportedly from our guy Will Raggets, Danielle hit Udoh with a very vicious spin move, like a peak Everson Griffin spin move. Woo! And then on the next rep, Oli put Danielle on his ass. So I just love that a competitive aspect about things. So it's cool that Danielle's getting things ramped up. I don't think you need to see him in preseason at all, but he is going to be the centerpiece of the Brian Flores pass rush. Also, breathe, woosah. So Asamoah and Pace Jr. working with the ones together, man. And now, part of it is Jordan Hicks is a veteran, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, doesn't need the reps. And Pace had been interspliced in with the first team defense, had been running with twos ever since started training camp. But Pace Jr. and Asamoah are going to be the future at off ball, and they're modern day NFL linebackers. I think they're going to be the new Kendricks and Barr, and I'm excited about it, man. Pretty far up about that. Kirk's still sharp. And Kirk's been so good in camp that it's almost boring at this point, where you see Baker throwing 7 interceptions. The Ravens quarterbacks threw 8 interceptions at practice today. Lamar had 4. Dak throwing 17 interceptions. And then Trevon Diggs calling him a B-ass. But Kirk's dialed in. Kirk's looking really good. The chemistry with JJ is off the charts. He had a couple deep shots to KJ as well today. He was just looking good. Also, so Cameron Bynum, Cam Beasley was a cornerback coming out of Cal. Spielman and Zimmer converted him to safety, and that's where he's been ever since. And he's been getting a lot of reps, especially in one-on-ones with the cornerback. So he's covering wide receivers, press man wise, and also he's had a couple snaps when he's been on the outside. Now, part of that is you may as well make use of Cameron Bynum's versatility, and that's something that Brian Flores screams about on the back end of his defense, where there's sometimes Cameron Bynum, I'm sure, will play a true cornerback role. Sometimes he'll be a free safety. Sometimes he'll be in man coverage. Sometimes he'll do that. And I think that the more that you can do is the more that you can do. So it's just another interesting wrinkle on that defense. Also, tight end depth is flexing. And even with Hawkinson out, the Vikings, they're still going to run a lot of 12 personnel on offense. And it was Josh Oliver and Johnny Munt doing some work out there. And frankly, I think Johnny Munt might be the best tight end 3 in the game, where he actually had some good catches last year when he was the de facto tight end 2. He's a solid blocker. He's a solid teammate. Doesn't make any noise. No muss, no fuss. And frankly, Josh Oliver is going to be the nail driver in terms of the run game and pass blocking. But Munt getting in there at tight end 3, especially down the goal line where it's important to have that muscle down there, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be fantastic. Also, Andrew Booth Jr. says that he is going to be back, ideally on Sunday. Said it was a minor issue that kept him out of practice last week. And, of course, with Booth, It's always something with Booth, man. And it always sucks because he's got first-round talent, but he fell to the second round because of injury concerns at Clemson. Then he had the meniscus last year, and then he had this minor setback again in training camp. And it's hard. I mean, don't want to go to, you can't make the club in the tub, but especially with Mekhi Blackman getting some really good reps in there, Jalen Williams, Joejuan Williams getting some good reps in there. I mean, it's going to be hard for Booth to maintain his status just because he was a second-round pick. So it'd be good to get him back on the field. Also, so rain forecast on Sunday. It was supposed to be another big open practice to the fans, but things are going to be closed. The Vikings are going to be practicing inside. So that is that. But that's it. That's at Vikings practice numero 9 is in the books. So let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skull Production Value.